Hi, my name is Toby.woolfe of IBM, and I'm just going to talk you through a couple of slides on some sentiment analytics that we've done on words around the Jaguar Landrover and BMW automotive brands. So looking at the slide in front of you, the bottom right-hand corner, that blue table, are some key words that we picked out associated very strongly with the Jaguar Landrover brand. So Jaguar, JLR, and then some of the car models like F-Type and so on. So what we've done is have a look at some social media postings, in this case about 184,000 social media postings, largely on Twitter, were posted during 2014, where those keywords were used. And what we've really done to try and extract some meaning from this is also look at the words that were associated with them in the same sentences or in the same postings, which we can then put a value to. So, for example, the word brilliant associated with the word Jaguar would score quite well. That would be a positive word. So, for example, we could give the word brilliant the score of 10. If someone were, for example, to say unreliable or hate, then that would score 0. So what we're doing is putting some query language together on the text of the tweets, which derives its meaning in terms of sentiment. And what you can see in terms of the volume of posting is that it's increased over the year, and that's partly just because Jaguar has launched some new brands, so there's a lot of noise about these on social media sites, which is great, but also we've been dragging new data sources, so extra data sources other than just Twitter, social media sites of all types really, into Big Insights, into Hadoop, and then running this query language on it. So the interesting things on this one are the amount of negative, neutral and positive tweets. So what we've got is about 18% of the tweets that are being posted on these keywords we're scoring with negative values, and 79% are being scored positively, with about 4% being neutral. And that's pretty interesting. It's quite a high percentage of negative comments, and particularly if we start comparing it to the same exercise, so that this page represents the same exercise of taking data from the same sources over the same time period, but associated with BMW brands. So you'll see as the table on the bottom right hand corner now includes many words that are associated with the BMW brand, words like BMW and Beamer, which are quite nice for us because they are unique. They're not often used in other parts of conversation, whereas with Jaguar, clearly it's an African big cat, so we had to do some work to make sure that the relevance of the tweets were true, but quite easy to do for us with BMW. And what we've got here, for example, is that we found that it's only 13% of the comments are negative. That compares to 18% with Jaguar, and in practical terms that means 23,000 more postings were negative on Jaguar than they were on BMW. The neutrality, about 8%, so that's about double the amount of posts over the Jaguar Land Rover brands, and positiveness about the same actually. So Jaguar scoring 79%, these guys scoring 80%, but significantly on a much larger data volume. So BMW is getting about 42% more coverage in social media discussions than the Jaguar brand. So there's a lot more hits, if you like. Perhaps we could do some more analysis of that to figure out why BMW customers are far more active on social media than Jaguar, but it could be the age and profile of the target buyer, for example. So the conclusion from this is that we can do comparative analysis over time to extract social media sentiment, but we're now working to extract and improve the quality of leads that we can take from this data. So, for example, there was a guy called BizKing who is a very active Twitter poster, and fairly recently he put up a post saying that he's thinking of changing his BMW for a new car. So what we're able to do is extract that specific tweet, the ID of the person who made it, and the sentiment and the history, and effectively create a little file that summarizes a sales lead. So someone in BMW should give this guy BizKing a tweet or a call and say, hey, I hear you're looking at new cars. I'm your man to help you decide what to get, and talk about a trade-in on your existing BMW and so on. So this thing is going from a marketing use directly into a sales lead machine use. And I thought you guys would be interested to see it. So that's what it does. Happy to go into details technically, but under the covers we're using AQL, which is Additive Query Language, a query language that we can use to extract meaning from text sentences. and we put all of this stuff into Big Insights, which is IBM's Hadoop distribution. So we're able to scale to very high volumes. And of course, what we've got is a direct feed from Twitter into the Hadoop platform with IBM, but we're also bringing into it the other social media sites, as many as we can find. Actually, any social media sites basically result in the volumes of data that we're talking about here. In total, about just under 1 million tweets and social media comments across Jaguar and BMW, but we've also covered some other automotive brands as well. So I just thought I'd talk about these two as a comparator, but we've done the top 10 brands, and then the story gets even deeper. So it's Toby.woolfe at IBM signing off. Hope you enjoyed that, and look forward to taking the discussion further forward with anyone interested. Thanks. Bye.